everybody's excited right now. We're getting ready to go out and fly the airplane for the first time in 15 months. What we'll do is we'll go out and do just, quick couple of turns around the patch, nothing spectacular, just make sure everything's working right and staying where it's supposed to be. And you always want to do that after maintenance, kind of a shakedown. We got to do some training for currency reasons. It's also going to put some more time on the airplane before we leave the local area in case something doesn't go as advertised.
Okay guys, we're going to do a little mission brief here. Al and I are going to fly. Al's going to be co-pilot, I'll be PIC today. Go out, the mission brief is to do about a 30-45 minute test flight. Make sure everything's running good. Take a look at temps, pressures, fuel pressures. If you got to keep an eye on that. If there's any fog in the tanks or anything, the first place we're probably going to see is in fuel pressure. Any other questions? Anything I forget, Al? All right, let's go fly.
So far, we haven't had any trouble at all. But like I say, she's 75. Things do creep up, but we've done everything preventative that we possibly can. Fortune smiles on us. Everything will be fine.
Oh yeah, it brings back a lot of memories. It makes you think about all the guys that didn't get to come back. There were about 300 in our bomb group that didn't make it back. And, I'm one of the lucky ones. I wasn't in the flight crew, but some of the missions I saw there in England, and at the end of the runway there were a row of trees. And sometimes they would barely clear the trees and you could see pieces of limbs and leaves flying everywhere. The airplane would disappear and you wondered, is it going to crash? But then it would rise up.
Number 927, runway 34, clear to land, wind 040 at 7.
Land 34927.
Gonna go to the runway or parking?
Be advised, we're just currently working a maintenance problem at this time. We just had to shut a couple engines down. No emergency at this time.
We're driving over to Meacham Field, over to the Vintage Flying Museum. Last night we had an engine problem and had to put the B24 down over there. I saw her last night in the dark. The airplane's fine, but I'm going to go over there and talk to the mechanics. They've been looking at it this morning, and I want to go look at it in the daylight and see what happened maybe. That's expensive little chunks of metal right there. $80,000 worth of metal out of this one.
That's right.
So,
well, worth its weight in gold.
But like I said earlier, the airplane's still here.
Yeah.
It's only money.
When it took off, and I was out at the edge of the runway, when I saw it going by and make the turn, it reminded me being back at Bridge, watching them take off airborne.
The days of getting to see the men who did this for real and get around the men who did this for real are coming to a close very quickly. And I always say it's a lot of fun to do this when nobody's shooting at you, but it's something to come out and meet the guys who did this for real. The people who did nothing less, as they said in the movies, nothing less than save the world. This airplane's a little over $5,000 an hour to operate, which is really cheap compared to the B-29, but it's a lot compared to a T6 or something like that. So it boils down to cubic dollars. As they say in The Right Stuff, no bucks, no Buck Rogers. We cannot fly the airplanes. We cannot memorialize the men that flew them and the women who built them. We cannot memorialize the things that they did and the history they made and the world that they saved if we can't fly the airplane. If we can't do that without money.
When we came back, I thought, 75 years later, I'm not going to be around a B-24. But the CAF moved to Dallas. It's only 2.5 miles from where I live. And I can come over here nearly any day and be with a B-24.